It was only recently that Joe Biden had been projected to reach the 270 electoral votes to beat Donald Trump. As it stands now, he's well on his way through his presidential transitional period, where he officially starts his presidency term on the 20th of January 2021, trumping Mr. Donald Trump. But the key part is here, how will all of this affect the UK stock market during election period? Will it even have an effect in the very first place? And above all, what type of stocks can I see flourishing from Mr. Biden being in power here? If you guys like the sound of this and what I represent, then make sure to like this video, share it too, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. It's the only way of knowing I'm doing a good job out there, guys. And to also make sure you don't miss out on any more videos like this. But back to the matter at hand, guys, UK stock market during election. Now, to say this has no effect on the UK stock market, I believe is a big understatement to make, guys. Because he's not even president of America yet. But just the idea of him becoming president has had such a ripple effect on the UK stock market, as the newspapers suggest. And yes, a considerable amount of this comes down to the idea of there being a successful coronavirus vaccine. But it's also undeniable the effect his presidency has had on the UK stock market too. And just like any other form of investing, there are going to be stocks that benefit from Biden's presidency, and there are going to be stocks that don't benefit from there. But in this video, I'm going to specifically focus on the types of stocks I feel can benefit the most from Biden being in power here. At the same time, I want to stress though that a lot of my thoughts are based on some of the policies that Biden says he wants to implement. And we all know how great prime ministers and presidents are at keeping their word. So there is an element of taking this with a grain of salt. But at the same time, we can only base our decision on what we currently know. So with no further delay, a type of stock that I can see rising in the near future from Biden being in power here are pharmaceutical stocks over here in the United Kingdom. Not only is this because of the current state of things with coronavirus, the pharmaceutical industry is in a bit of a boom right now because there's more governmental incentives for them to make a suitable vaccine. But now the pharmaceutical industry also has Biden's backing as well, guys. This was a big chunk of the Biden versus Trump election, you know. It bottled down to Biden being in favor of fighting the current pandemic, whereas Trump more so wanted to focus on unemployment and rejuvenating the economy. So now that we know Biden wins the race here, this is going to tip things more in favor of the pharmaceutical industry, especially with the fact that he wants to improve Obamacare. There's going to be so much incentive for the pharmaceutical industry to thrive, guys. And with countries learning off of each other more now compared to ever to develop the best coronavirus vaccines, no doubt will this have a knock-on effect on the pharmaceutical stocks over here in the UK. Another group of UK stocks that I can see benefiting from Biden being in power here are those in the renewable energy industry, guys. It's clear to see from all of Biden's debates that he's all for climate controlling as opposed to how Trump was. So from him being in power, I can see him placing big taxes on companies that rely on the conventional oil and gas to generate energy, whilst more tax breaks and more governmental backing will be directed towards those companies that rely on renewable energy. And no doubt this will have an effect on their stocks as well. And I don't think it stops there, guys. I can see a similar thing for the electric car industry and other engineering industries that rely on clean fuels. I can see them benefiting in a similar sort of way as well. So they might be worth a check too. The last group of stocks I can see going through a big boom in the UK stock market during an election are those in the educational industry. Now, I understand educational stocks tend to get overlooked, guys, just because they're so few and far between. Majority of them are privately owned, but I still think this is a good sector to get into because any economy needs a good educational system in order to thrive. But there's another aspect I believe can encourage growth in the sector, and it's down to the current pandemic. It's shown us that we're too lenient on one form of income. I reckon a lot of people have picked up on this, guys, and now they're looking at other forms of education to diversify their skill sets, all of which could bump up education stocks over here in the UK. So those are all of the stocks that I can see benefiting from Biden being in power here. The question is, do you guys have any others to mention? Let me know down in the comment box below. Before I wrap it up though, make sure to like this video, share it too, and subscribe with the notification bell on if you haven't done so already. It's your favourite YouTuber, guys, DS Learn and Finance, sharing my stories and my thoughts with you guys every Sunday at 3 PM. Have a great day, people. Bye. Whoa.